Okay, we got the Scamp over here for the first time this season. Redford and my plants are outside getting some spring sun, and we're getting the Scamp ready for the first trip, which is supposed to be next weekend. So next weekend's the first weekend in April, and that's when the New Jersey state parks are going to open for this season, so pretty excited. We survived winter. So here's the current state of things. Got a lot of stuff in here. We just kind of threw some things in here for storage, and we're starting to build up our supply of camping food. So we'll probably go food shopping and start getting some of the non-perishable stuff to put in here. We'll do a good wash of all the bedding. We're getting our backpacking stuff ready because we really want to do some backpacking this year. So we gotta wash our sleeping bags. They desperately need to be washed. And I'm going to take all the Reflectex down. I haven't decided if I'm going to change out the winter curtains. These are the winter ones. We have lighter ones for summer. I don't know, I kind of like the red ones. And then I'm going to clean out the fridge because it's pretty good. Just a little bit of mold in the corners, but not bad. And this thing worked out pretty well. Absorbed a good amount of liquid. It looks like all the systems are working pretty well. Well, the ones that we could test so far. It's still winterized, and we won't be able to unwinterize the water system for at least another month and a half. But this light over here was not working, so Pat just changed the bulb. So hopefully that gives it a good fix. Red, you supervising? Good boy.
And clean the connectors.
Oh, you cleaned them?
Take a toothbrush to it.
Yeah. That's neat.
Yeah, just make a whole trick.
We were very happy to finally have some nicer weather, especially Redford. We were looking forward to getting a better travel season started. The first thing I did was take the Reflectex insulation out of the windows, and we usually put them under the bed for storage for the season. My next little project for the spring was to fit this tiny foldable trash can to the wall in the shower. Since we took the door to the bathroom off, which we are really happy about, the whole flow of movement in the Scamp is just better. And one of the things we were doing before was taking a plastic bag and just hanging it on one of the door handles, and it was always kind of in the way. So I found this on Amazon. We've actually been using it in the tiny house. It fits inside one of our kitchen cabinets, and it is a great way to have a little bit of storage for trash, but you can very quickly and easily dump it out, or you can fold it shut so it doesn't take up too much space. So we figured this would also be a great addition to the Scamp. Over the winter this year, there really wasn't a lot to do on the weekends, so I worked on trying to find little projects that I could keep myself busy and kind of get excited for the upcoming season and get really prepared for the trips that we wanted to be able to take when the weather got warmer. One of the projects that I decided to do was to decorate the rock guard that covers the front window on the Scamp. This actually covers the small bathroom window. So I took the rock guard off and came up with a little design. I got some paint pens, and they worked quite well to be able to draw on the hard surface. And then once I had decorated the rock guard, I decided why not also do the tire cover, because we had just a plain white tire cover on the back of the Scamp. So that was the next project. I've got the design on the tire cover started right there with my red paint pen, and then the rock guard I did last weekend. And this is the design that I'm kind of going for. This is what I drew out for myself. I just kind of count the letters, and I use that process to sort of center them. Can't say they're perfect because I didn't really measure everything. And there's the plan for the rock guard. I just measured it in 2/3, spaced the letters out so that they would be kind of even. So now I'm going to get a black paint pen and finish the rest of the design on there. And then I have to try to figure out how I'm going to seal it, because I feel like these are two things that get a ton of sun exposure and I really don't want it to get bleached. So I have to find some sort of like UV protective sealant. And Redford over there did a good job supervising, as usual. Thank you, Redford. Good job. I ended up getting a dark blue paint pen, and I used that to finish the design on the rock guard and the tire cover. Once that was fully dry, I had a UV protective spray from Scotchgard that I found that you can use on all sorts of things that are going to be left outside. I gave a good coat to all of the things, and then I let that dry and went inside to work on the next project, which was fastening Velcro to the bedside organizer that I have. And there is my little organizer on my side of the bed. Most of the weight's going to be actually sitting on the bed. The Velcro just kind of keeps it in place so it doesn't move around when the Scamp is being relocated, but it'll be nice to have all my stuff kind of organized right next to me. I might get another one for Pat's side of the bed over here so he can keep some of his stuff in there, but right now we're actually collecting all the linens. We took down our curtains in the tiny house, we got all the sheets, blankets, we're gonna take the mattress protector off, all that stuff, because the plan is to take the Scamp to the laundromat tomorrow and just do all of the laundry. So basically the washer dryer we have in the tiny house only does small loads, which is great because we can wash our clothes throughout the week, but doing a bunch of blankets or anything like that will take forever. So we're gonna go like hang out in the parking lot while we do a bunch of laundry. Once the UV protective coating had dried on the rock guard and the tire cover, I took them and started putting them back onto the Scamp to see how the finished product looked. And I was pretty happy with the way that it turned out. Hopefully it is protected well and it's able to withstand some road dirt and quite a bit of sun, but we'll see how that goes as the season goes on and we actually get to take the Scamp on some trips this year. I put the rock guard back onto the front of the Scamp, and then I was done with all of the decorative touches, and I switched my attention over to another project that we do every spring, and that's organizing, cleaning, and getting all of our camping gear ready for the season. So we still go tent camping, and we plan on doing some backpacking trips this year, so we're going to need our stove and our sleeping bags and all that good stuff. I was also working on cleaning this metal table because we had the idea of seeing if this metal table can double as a support for the bed extension. If you saw our video last year, we added an extension onto the end of the Scamp bed so that we can sleep long ways, and that made the Scamp significantly more comfortable. We don't have an outdoor hose at the tiny house, so we will often use the Helo shower as a way to just spray things down and clean them, such as Redford if he gets too dirty and we don't want him to come into the house. This can be a really helpful way to just kind of give him a quick wash or anything else outside that needs to be cleaned off. After we had everything pretty well cleaned and organized for the season, we got to enjoy the first outdoor fire of the year, and a pretty nice sunset as well.
At least we know where like the tents are and everything.
Yeah, everything's pretty well organized. I wonder, do we still have that waterproofing stuff? That might be something to get.
Yeah, I don't think so.
So we can like re-waterproof certain things.
Yeah, I haven't seen it. Yeah.
Thanks for coming along with us as we prepare all of our gear for the upcoming season. We are hoping that this is going to be the year we get to do more trips with the Scamp, maybe some backpacking, and hopefully an overnight kayaking trip. Be sure to subscribe so you don't miss out on any of those future travels.
Well, you worried about you and me, the injustice, the next president to be, the news and what you hear, your career. It's time for you to face those fears, and it's all fair to be aware, and I'll be there, so don't be scared. Just take a deep breath of air, and 1, 2, 3 to 10, you begin to focus again, and though time flies, we have enough to realize this bigger than the both of us.